stop running. You know, they'll sit there sometimes and they turn their lights off. It drives me nuts because I'm sitting there trying to eat something, you know, and now here's what these drones do a lot, guys. They're definitely drones, okay? Like right here's one. He's pretty close. All right, let me get a reference point. So what these cats do is they're distractors, okay? This is what they use to distract you from seeing the bigger ship, you know. And they do two means of doing it. They just mainly make themselves visible, have you chase them all over, and wonder about what they are. At the same time, their main ship doing what its energy needs that they've created on this planet. First, we have to accept two facts. They've been here a long, long time. Drones are recent, maybe in the last 10, 12 years. The drones were an added feature because some of the ships in these vortex areas in the planet Earth that get constant sightings all the time, that have the same geology characteristics. I'll explain that in detail at another time, but it's mainly for the rare earth metals and the surface availability and the ease of entanglement and energy transfer to their home planet. They've been here 1,000 years doing this, and they never really had a problem. You know, they had the disc sightings and such, and it wasn't enough. But our knowledge and stuff has really increased. Matter of fact, in the last 3 years, our quantum science skills, our quantum mechanics has had so much really informative information that's being actually utilized. So they know we're getting smarter. And last thing they want us to do is see what the real ships are doing and where the patterns are actually really where they're going. Because these are distractors. You get sightings reported by these. You might intermesh them with the main ships. A lot of times these are around where the ships are. So yes, these are aliens. These aren't man's crafts. These aren't. These are drones. The ships are the real deal. And they're usually in, where you see these guys, you'll see a ship eventually. And it comes through. It gets its entanglement transfer of the geologic hunk it's entangled with. They don't even have to mine the resources because they're here, you know, they don't have to touch them. They just transfer the energy and they're reset, and it's usually after sunset. And next day, if it's a daily thing, if it's a weekly thing, but generally it involves these guys protecting the big ship from us noticing what they're doing on the planet, their grid, and how they're doing it. Now, you really want to know the vortex areas. You're going to look for specific geology that involve rare earth metals, especially vanadium, thorium. Monazite is the crystal that holds it. Neodymium, stuff like that. Vanadium especially, because it's like really good at storage of energy efficiently, and it can act as a battery type that can transfer the energy very easily to the next. It can transfer it via entanglement very easily. And so they simply, they know how to go get these minerals. There's certain geologic areas where these things are pretty close to the surface. They know that in those areas, probably have nearby cave systems of some type or tunnel systems, and they know where they are, and they've entangled from the surface all the way down into the tunnel systems, so they get a big segment that they can entangle, geologic segments, and they go by and they have to have the mothership come by and do its thing to make this happen on a routine basis. And they don't want us to know that, really. They're not out to hurt us, or they're not stealing. They don't want us destroying the planet, or because that's interest to them, but also they're afraid to kind of come out and say anything And they figure using these drones too can kind of get us used to it. But, oh, last thing. Anytime you see these drones and stuff a lot, you look at your iPhone, you take pictures, or a lot of people don't even notice this yet. You know, you do a lot of backdrop. You'll see paranormal stuff. It's kind of silly at times. It looks like strange animal figures and weird stuff, you know. And when you see that, it's almost like they're not educated on what scares us. It looks like a B-rated horror show, you know, it's silly. But these are ways they're still distracted. They're able to create these paranormal scenarios with these little drones so that it either gets cluttered in with a bunch of people called kooks, or gets us distracted enough not to understand it, gets us scared to high levels, and we still forgot about the ship that's probably real close to them, that's stabilizing itself nicely and doing what it's got to do so many hours a day or whatever time it takes. They've mastered quantum physics, they've mastered entanglement, they've mastered wormhole entanglement even, and now they're able to do that, and they're able to master the energy transfer. That's what they do. Their only catch is they gotta stay hidden pretty good, distract where necessary, and keep those big ships safe. And I think the old boy's probably here right now. Been sitting here watching this guy. Last night was really interesting because I've been watching these guys for a couple weeks. Last night that the ship came, and I mean, there was black cloud right on top of my truck. My phone would not work. It started glitching. It wouldn't focus. So when that's their next avenue. And they'll try. It's probably somebody sitting up there right here, sitting right here looking at me, look. Now, sometimes you see two together like that, yeah. They're trying to make you think it's more than a drone, okay? And they'll split. It's two drones. These are energy entities that they can combine. Now, I have seen their ship, and I got one of my videos, you can see it. These drones will actually attach themselves to their ships. And when they're getting noticed, they split off the ship. You forget about the ship, you start looking for the drone. They also love cities and stuff. They'll go by and they'll marry up to they play games. You know, they'll marry up to a street light, or they'll sit just a little bit further away to look like a star. When you start paying attention. Okay, and then they go to the paranormal. They got some tricks, but that's what these guys do. It's not manned crafts. These are not. They're still from an alien force for sure, but an alien force that we think is new here, no. They've been here a long time. And I'll later explain how they got here. They didn't pick us. We were the result of a fishing expedition with their entanglement to their meteor that they used to find different planets when it hits one. So there's the story, folks. I think I got it down. The guys, don't bug me tonight, get close to me like this. And please don't get up on my phone like you did that one time. It weirds me out. Okay? And you gotta do me a more favor. I'm not making fun of you. I know you guys are you're just trying to not let us get too nervous or something. But here, you really are goofy at how you do the paranormal, okay? You know, Draculas, vampires, and what else? I've seen puppy dogs, you name it. You guys have, see the black light, see the projection of the light on the field out there. When you go back and replay it on your iPhone, you'll see some kind of scary thing or something. And you'll take now the reason that, last thing, you ever notice with your iPhone at nighttime, anytime you see these around, you take pictures, okay? Take some still pictures, and you'll see some really goofy figures in the background. And it's because of the design of the iPhone, how it takes pictures, how it does a mosaic to get its pictures, and uses their satellite and software involvement, which they so happened, I think, have entangled our satellite system on our iPhones. Because if you ever go to Google Earth, which is basically the same system, and you notice all those goofy images all over, sometimes you'll see, it's basically areas where they don't want us to be, because that would involve us being able to pick their patterns out of how they're bringing their ships around and getting their energy grid completed. Am I right, fellas? It's okay. But the Draculas and the witches, and that's kind of funny. I can't take you serious. Now you could zap me with all that electricity you probably have in you and take care of business, but I wouldn't go violent, guys. Just stay friendly, okay? It's okay. We just need to figure all this out so that we can not keep getting distracted by you guys. Because I know right now there's so many of you around. That means Big Boy's up here in the sky doing his thing, ain't it? He's right over here. There he is. Yep. Yeah. Yep, he's somewhere. And sometimes last night I could hear him humming, by the way. But when he's messing my phone up now. He's glitching it. Look at that. Yeah, Big Boy, and then they'll do the paranormal, and that's what we're doing right now, folks. We're doing a little distraction. So the main guy can take his ship and do what's necessary in this geologic area that has a high amount of rare earth elements, the kinds that you kind of need for ease of transfer of energy through quantum physics mechanisms. That's all I got.